Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We miss you all dearly. We wish we could be at a live soccer match cheering along with all of you tonight, but instead, we've got a treat for you. We've got Todd Dunivant here to walk us through the New Mexico Sacramento 7th versus 10th play-in round of last year's playoff match. And Todd, thank you so much for joining us. I know we'd rather be at the park right now getting ready for a match, but this will have to do for now, so we appreciate it. Just want to check in with you and the family. Hope everyone's doing well.
Hey, Rob. Yeah, great to be here. No, family's doing great. Everyone's, riding this thing out, doing our part to socially distance, and can't wait till we get back on the field. Exciting times ahead for sure.
It's very odd to be having weekends off all throughout spring right now. So hopefully we can get back to somewhat of resemblance of normalcy here in the near future. But we do appreciate you taking time here on the Republic Replay. We're going to do hopefully a couple of these and go back through some games and have some guests and talk through some key moments. Now, I don't have a bookshelf behind me. No, you don't either, Todd, but we're going to drop some knowledge. I know everyone has bookshelves these days, but I just had my Kindle. I thought that'd be weird to put back there. So we'll just talk soccer instead, and we'll walk you through the match and tactically learn a little bit. So as a player, as a general manager, obviously there's different ways you get ready for a big match like this. So as a general manager, do you have the nerves? Are you excited? How do you approach something like this? Because you can't get it done on the field, so you got to hopefully insist that the guys you put on the field end up getting it done for you.
Yeah, that's the hope. There's definitely the game day nerves that are still there. It's different being on this side. I'm not on the sideline or on the field. So a lot of my job is sort of done. So I'm there to support the players, support the staff, and I'm rooting the guys on just like everyone else is. There was a lot of the playoffs for me. It's the best time of year. So, when you come to a cold fall night like this, doesn't matter what's happened before that. If you won every single game, if you snuck in, none of it matters. It's playoffs, and you get a fresh, clean start, and it's about the next 90 minutes, maybe 120 minutes, maybe PKs. So that's the mentality, and I love that. I love that part of it. I love how the system's set up, and that's what we try to impart to our guys.
Team like this in New Mexico, to set the stage for everyone, they were red hot, really one of the best teams in the Western Conference that first half of the season. It fell apart a little bit, and then you had Sacramento on the other side, really up and down year from game to game, and really only winning one of the last six was a bit troubling. And coming into this match, what was the game plan? What were you thinking that this club could try to do that they hadn't really been able to do in the last really 2 weeks prior to the playoffs starting?
Yeah, the season didn't end the way we wanted it to, but it was reminiscent of sort of the way our whole year went. And we had trouble finding consistency from getting a string of results together, and we had opportunities to jump higher in the playoff seeding. We potentially could very easily could have avoided the play-in round, but it doesn't matter. Again, you get into the playoffs, that's the most important thing, and then it's about what you do with it. So for us, we knew we were playing a tough team in New Mexico. They were in first place for much of the year at the start, and we're a team that sort of believed they were a team of destiny. They felt like they were going to have the 2014 Republic type season, and that was how they felt. Justin Schmidt was a guy who we had, and you could sense from them that they really believed. And so we knew we were going to get a dangerous team, a team that had a lot of good attacking options in Moar and Sandoval and Frater. So we knew it was going to be a tough night, and they showed that early on.
We see in the pregame show talking about Cameron Iwasa. He said 16 goals, 6 assists on the year. And what I love to see from Cam was when Thomas and Volton joined the club, how much more competitive he got. And he almost turned it up just a bit more, and knowing that he was going to have even greater opportunities to score now that he had a partner in crime next to him.
It did. I mean, you could see a lift in Cameron. I think it was helpful for him to have somebody else take a little bit of that offensive burden off of him. And then he saw, when you have somebody like Thomas, who's played at such a high level, has so much quality, day in and day out on the training field even, it raised Cam. And suddenly he was sharper. He had somebody a standard to kind of go up to. So he raised his game because of it.
And the starting lineup, a guy who really played, I thought, well toward the end of the year was Sam Warner, not in the starting 11. But the decision really with Kevin Aliman, as we'll see throughout this match, ended up being a great one. Has probably his best game that we saw from number 10 throughout the entire year. And of course, you had Innie Voltson and Iwasa pairing. Going back to the goalkeeper position, Bobby Shuttleworth comes into this game. You had a lot of moving parts really from halfway through the season. For you, was this the best 11 to put on the field for this match at that time?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think Sam had a fantastic season. I know he was very disappointed not to start this game, but the message to him was whatever your role is, whether it's starting, whether it's coming off the bench, make an impact. And you will see that Sam does just that. He comes in late and don't want to spoil it, but he had a big role in the game-winning goal. So credit to him for mentally staying in it, even though he would have loved to start. Wasn't in the cards for him.
And we'll get here as the kickoff is underway.
Papa Murphy's Park. Already early on moving, Santi Moore just outside the 18, working back on Declan Kanan, leads it for Sandoval, and it's deflected in. Already an opening goal in the first minute of play here at Papa Murphy's Park. Defense breaks down, Kevin, all kinds of trouble.
Not the kind of start you want, is it?
Not at all. I know that was just a gut punch to everyone, and it just did not start the mood off correctly for a playoff match. Todd, what happened there?
Yeah, it's 20 seconds in off the kickoff. We somehow have a 2v1 against our outside back with their, their target man going up to win a header. You'll see it here. Devin Sandoval, very good in these situations. Santi Moore, one of the best attacking players in the league last year, making a difference. Nobody tracking Devin after he wins the header, and not a good strike from him, but he puts it on frame. We're a little flat-footed. We're a little heavy early on. It deflects off of Tainter and goes in, so we clearly, we didn't make the plays right off the bat. You can say what you want about we're ready. We didn't make the plays in the first 20 seconds and we're down a goal. You got a lot of game to make up, but it's not the way you want to start.
How does that change tactically what you're trying to do, or does it?
Yeah, when you score that early, or when neither team scores that early, you sort of discount it a little bit. You don't throw out the whole game plan and suddenly have to start bombing forward and doing things that are going to open you up to even more goals. You just need to settle down, and you need to have the mindset of, all right, let's just get our feet under us, let's calm down, let's get this thing right. And it takes us a little bit of time to do that, but you don't throw everything out with an early goal like that.
All right, Todd Dunivant join us here on this Republic replay. And we'll check in and out of the broadcast. So we'll let you get to the game, and we'll both be back in just a few minutes from now.
They've allowed at least 2 goals per match. It's maybe these two. Iwasa and Innie Voltson to get them back on. A little hold from Tate. And Iwasa is able to keep possession, however.
And a really really uncharacteristic mistake by Mitchell Tainter. Been pretty rock solid all season. Been rock solid for the last 2 seasons for that matter. Just absolutely terrible timing for that mistake.
Prairie. Innie Voltson, quick touch, plays it in space, and it's played back to Cody Mizell. 1.63 goals against on the season. He's had some trouble. Here's a team, Kevin. This is a guy who's seen a lot of balls get behind him, so not only you have a rough start, but at least you're going against a team that has allowed quite a few goals this season. And if you look at their goal differential, just 2. So not great for New Mexico, so there'll be opportunities to be had.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to score goals, but they're also going to concede goals. So let's see how, like I said, what sort of mentality does Sacramento have? Are they going to have a never say die attitude? Or are they going to roll over?
We're tuning in late. The opening kick from New Mexico United on the left flank. Working way in was Santi Moore, played it to Devin Sandoval, and then essentially off the foot of Mitchell Tainter.
It's got to be scored an own goal, in my opinion. That ball is rolling right into the hands. I mean, literally bouncing into the hands of Shuttleworth. Just all it takes is, a quarter of a second. Mental mistake. Climbing up a mountain here in the first half.
Here's Juan Barrono. Haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Did not play against the Real Monarchs on the road. Was with international duty with El Salvador men's national team. Did make 2 starts. What does he bring to you here on this left side.
I think he brings a little bit of consistency to that left side. Does a good job defensively and also is able to get up in the, into the attack on that left side nicely. Serves balls in the box. Probably doesn't do as much as I'd like, but is a good presence defensively for Sacramento. You see him right here involved in that attacking third now.
Ball flip to Kanan.
Tackle's another interesting decision by Simon Elliott tonight.
Aliman Skondrich leading for Eni Volton. Little quick tap trying to get Aliman to break free inside the 18. Eni Volton's had a lot of room to work in the middle part of the pitch here. Aliman comes back for it. Sacramento looking to keep possession here. Now this Republic side did go into Albuquerque at a time when this New Mexico side was near the top of the standings and put a hurt 3-0, the first home loss in club history for the United, and really sent this team a little bit of a tailspin until they came back here, and United won here at Papa Murphy's Park 2-1 the last time these two sides met. But it did take a wonder goal from Daniel Bruce in the 89th minute to secure the 3 points for the United. So these two teams have played a bit even in that last match, but it's been Sacramento who played better. Here's now a chance for Bijan moving forward, has a chance to cut in, being held for a moment, plays it to Aliman, maybe too many touches, a swing from Iwasa, and Cody Mizell is able to scoop it up in a 6.
A really good opportunity for Sacramento right there. Love how they've responded, by the way, here in the last 5 minutes since they conceded that goal, but still would have liked to see Bijev get a touch, have something, put it on target, challenge Mizell. Right here, gets a good touch in. Elects for the distribution to Kevin Aliman. That's a tough ball for Kevin Aliman to try to deal with.
Republic moving forward. Aliman has Iwasa to his left as well as Eni Volton. Elects to go to Skundrich to his right. Hard driven ball in, easily headed for United. And this is out of play in the throw for Sacramento. This Republic team, Kevin, we saw a week ago on the road in Salt Lake City. Really the better team for the first 30 minutes. You talked about missed opportunities, not able to put it when they in the back of the net when they needed to. Now here's a chance. The opportunities are going to come, but can they convert?
Rob, they're probably the better team for the first 44 minutes, to be honest. Concede late in the first half. In the second half was just a different story. Salt Lake came out, whatever the Olave, the manager, said at halftime, whatever he said was different than what Simon said. Different team came out in the second half. Salt Lake, the Monarchs, and put a hurting on Sacramento in the second half.
Galen Ryden got that ball back after his initial header went off the crossbar and it came back in. It was 1-0 in the 45th minute, right before they went to the locker room. So how does Sacramento then bounce back from that defeat on the road? Here you are getting a chance at home, already down a goal. You found yourself now down quite a few goals, conceding now 5 in a row without a goal scored. Who's the leader on this pitch that needs to get this team in the right place at the right time?
It's your goal scorer. It's going to be Cam Wasa's got to step up. You know, look down the spine too. Is it going to be Villarreal? Is he going to be the guy that's going to step up? Still younger player, but a lot of experience, a lot of games under his belt. And then also in the back, you got a guy like Declan Kanan. You know, looks like he's a drill sergeant back there. Who's going to be the one is a great question, but you got to lean on those three guys, in my opinion. Look down the spine of the field and see if these guys, how their mannerisms are, how they're communicating, how they're talking, what the body language looks like.
Sacramento's own possession so far. Only one opportunity for United. They make good on it. The opening kick here. If you just missed those first 30 seconds of action, it was Santi Moore giving Sandoval a look. And Sandoval put it off the foot as Mitchell Tainter tried to send it back, maybe even send it away.
Good work there by Skundrich.
UC Davis Health injury report. Add and follow UC Davis Health at Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. Of course, Shannon Gomez still out for the Sacramento Republic side. And for New Mexico United, they're looking pretty healthy. Their main guys are in. Bijev comes crashing down into Tete.
bit of a push there, in my opinion, from Guzman.
Taking us a little bit of time, but there's been a lot of action, Kevin. Let's get your Chevy keys to the match while we have a moment.
Chevy keys to the match here. We're going to go through these. Obviously, some are going to be answered quickly already. So first is going to be set pieces. Sacramento's got to figure out a way to win the set piece battle here tonight.
Which they did a lot better down in New Mexico. Part of the reason they won that game 3-0 was set pieces.
Yeah, so set pieces tonight, come out, win that battle, don't concede, and then when you do get them, take advantage of those opportunities and really focus on them. Next is going to be win second balls. I think it's vital for Sacramento that the Drew Skundriches, the Jaime Villarreals, your center backs, pick up second balls as much as possible. And when people are doing that, I think it just shows the work rate and the energy of the team, which typically leads to good things. And then finally, start the half well and finish the half well. We're 0 for 1 on that aspect here with not starting great, conceding a goal in the first 10 seconds. Clearly not ideal. But hey, there's an opportunity here to go out and finish this half strong. Go out and get a goal. If you get a goal, it's a completely different game.
All right, now we rejoin you in the 10th minute of this match between New Mexico and Sacramento. United already scoring the first 20 seconds of the game. But Todd, here things started to shift a little bit. You start to feel the Republic settling in. The guys were not as high-strung, almost if that was a case, to try to get back into it. Wasn't frantic. And you could see really good ball movement. The pressure was solid and really good opportunities starting to come really their way.
Yeah, a lot of positive things happening at this point. Now we're cutting out defenders with penetrating passes. We're getting, odd-numbered players around the ball. We're putting them under a lot of pressure. And, when we do lose the ball, you can see we're tight. They have nowhere to go, and they're not going to get out of this. So, again, suddenly the field sort of feels like it's kind of slanted towards our goal, and we're putting them under a lot of stress, which is exactly what you want to do. So it took us 10 minutes, but I think the response is good, and you try and build on it and keep creating opportunities.
Where did you think the advantages were for the Republic in this match?
We wanted to keep the ball away from Moore. We knew Jordan could shut, be a good defender to match up with him. Jordan loves that one-on-one matchup, and he did a great job on Moore. So for us, we wanted to try and get our four attacking players, Volson, Alaman, Iwasa, and Bijev. We wanted to get them in some better spots. But still, we're still in these positions, and sometimes you got to defend and, make a huge save as Bobby does here. I mean, this is a game-saving save, and then he tries to get them on the counter. I mean, those are the type of moments that you need your goalkeeper to make, and those plays, if we give up a goal there, it's a different game, and now we're down 2, and maybe the heads drop a little bit, and it's a little tougher. So huge save from Bobby there.
Well, it's rare to make a goalkeeper change, but we obviously had a situation where Josh Cohen goes to Israel, and you have a position here, and Rafa Diaz was still in the mix. And when Bobby Shuttleworth became available, how quickly were you to say yes to a guy like that with MLS pedigree?
Yeah, we were delighted to have Bobby. Losing Josh was never in the plans, but he had a great opportunity come up, in Israel. It was something that we said we'd be open to at least looking at, but we weren't going to do anything unless it was a win-win, positive for him and positive for the club. And ultimately we got to that point, and then it was about finding a replacement and finding an MLS veteran like Bobby Shuttleworth, who's played in an MLS Cup final, was nearly a decade starter in MLS, bringing that leadership and that kind of vocal presence to our team was huge. It was absolutely huge. So we had, a veteran leader in the back. We were able to bring Thomas and Volson up front, a veteran player. So it balanced the team out in a really positive way. And, it was a big help as we went down the last third of the season.
Well, still a lot to play here in this match as Republic down a goal, but we'll be back in just a couple more minutes with Todd as we check in with a team who maybe starting to see a bit of momentum in their direction. So don't go away. We'll be back in just a few moments. We'll get you back to the broadcast here.
For the switchbacks who overcame a 2-goal deficit with a man down, still able to win. Here's Cameron Iwasa. A little bit of a miss hit. And it's going to be United ball. And so they came back to draw with San Antonio So San Antonio needed to pick up the win, and they would have been here against the Republic. But instead, the United able to fight their way in after being one of the best teams in the first half of the season, the USL West. Look at this move from Villarreal, does it again. Here's a chance for Iwasa, and it's cleared away by Josh Suggs. What a move from Jaime Villarreal, the Southern California native. Juan Matarona's gonna give it a ride into the gut of Cody Mizell. 15 minutes in, what have you seen from Sacramento that you do like already?
Tell you what, they responded well. They're pushing, they're driving. See a nice piece of skill here from the holy midfielder Villarreal. Just can't connect with Cam Iwasa, but I think they responded really well, Rob. Here we are, 15 minutes in. I wanted to see what they would do 5 minutes after they conceded, and I think they've done a great job. They're really taking the game to New Mexico, moving the ball quickly in the final third, finding gaps like this. Edie Bolton, why are you letting them play?
Garcia blowing his whistle, stopping plays.
But that little gap that we just see from Edie Bolton, I think Cam's gotten there a few times. Skundrich has gotten there a few times as well. If they can find the ball, if Sacramento can find people in that little gap, typically they're pretty dangerous, especially when they start combining Edie Boltons and the Iwasas. But ultimately, I think they've done a great job. They're moving the ball quickly, and it does not look like that goal has affected them too negatively here so far.
United applying a little bit of pressure as Chris Wien now. Applying pressure on Tainter and Kanan, now from Sandoval.
They're playing a high line too, Rob. There's chances for that delayed run from your midfielders. Kevin Olliman's already asking for it.
Here comes the pressure from Iwasa now, Mizell to get it away.
So look for those delayed runs.
And back with you now, just a couple of moments after we talked about the team starting to feel a little bit of momentum, but here's where it really starts to build even further. And I think a big key to this match was Kevin Olliman, Todd, as you see a guy who had an up and down year a little bit, injuries, but solid this match. And he did some fantastic things that will probably end up on his highlight reel in this match. A guy that you saw high potential to be a top player in USL. To you, what did you see from Kevin Olliman in this match that really made you go, wow?
He was an animal all game. I mean, he was so confident, so aggressive, was always looking to put his defender on his heels, kept the ball, defended when he lost it, and it was just a pest. I mean, this was a fantastic performance from Kevin Olliman, and exactly the kind of quality that he has. It was tough to see that not see that on a regular basis because of his injuries and the inconsistency that came because of that. But he showed up and made a big difference for us in this game and really the last third of the season. I mean, you can see here he's just making an absolute hell for his defender, keeping the ball, 3 players around him, his vision, his composure. Great work from him.
Well, it was a great build-up here, and you started to see that the team really started to look at some chances and find, okay, we're actually getting these spaces that we thought we would get. It's almost like the film and stuff we watched is actually exactly what we can exploit here. And, just being in the stadium, you could feel, oh, this is actually a good, like the Republic are now dominating this game a little bit. They haven't scored, but balls like that from Villian Bijev nearly turned it into a goal tying strike from Cameron Iwasa in the 18th minute. And it's that kind of vintage Villian that I think really set this team on a path to scoring a couple of goals in this match.
Yeah, what a good ball that is. It's come in with so much pace. It's, taken out defenders. Great play, interchange from, Juan and Villian over there, but you can see he just rifles this in. Great first touch by Cam, gets a shot on goal, and good thing, we end up with a corner out of it. But it's sustained pressure, and you can see earlier in the clip, the team, when New Mexico has the ball, we are smothering them. We all are all over them, and they don't have a moment to breathe. And again, you're going to win the ball back, and good things will happen.
And still another opportunity to Bijev. And so Cody Mizell, right place, right time there, made a really good save against Cameron. So, he's probably getting a little nervous now, and Republic continue to knock on the door. So we'll be back a couple more minutes. We'll let you continue to enjoy this replay broadcast between New Mexico and Sacramento. And we'll see in a couple moments for Sacramento get a really good look on goal. We'll find out whether it goes in or not.
And have not rewarded themselves for their efforts.
We saw 3 good chances against Real Monarchs. Just
Three great chances. Bijev had a great chance. Innie Voltson, very uncharacteristic miss right on the penalty spot. But really, now how can Sacramento keep the foot on the gas, keep moving the ball quickly? They're doing a great job of ball movement, 1- and 2-touch soccer. Go reward yourself now.
A little flick from McCrary, and it's out of play. Republic led by Simon Elliott in his 2nd season, the New Zealand national. Meanwhile, Troy Lassane, his 1st season as a head coach, was an assistant with Charlotte last couple of seasons. Both teams with just 1 win in their last 5 appearances. We talked about New Mexico needed a victory and some help on Saturday to play in this play-in round. Meanwhile, Sacramento had locked it in a couple of weeks ago, and we're fighting for playoff position. Possession we've seen from New Mexico this evening. It's been all Sacramento moving forward, but the 1 goal belongs to the visitors.
Good ball.
Public combining well. Aliman, trouble coming. The left back all the way into the middle of the pitch for Josh Suggs. Santi Moore finding Sandoval, runs over McCrary. McCrary won't get the call, pleading for it. And Skundrick will be whistled as David Estrada hits the deck.
Get on with it, get on with it. Don't start spending your energy talking to the referee. Just too anxious.
Well, Troy Lassane wanting a bit of an explanation from Elton Garcia.
More of a conversation with Elton, telling things to calm down.
Well, Major League Soccer is coming to Sacramento. Deposits are now being taken. Place your $50 deposits today. Secure your place in history and save a seat at the Railyards. MLS to sac.com. McCrary selling out. And a foul coming in late. A whistle comes in late, I should say. Elton Garcia is joined by Chris Elliott, Salma Perez, and the 4th official is Michael Radchuk. Been fairly calm between these 2 sides, but what we saw a little bit more than a week ago now was a chippy match that turned a bit ugly as Republic fell 3-2. Looked to bounce back against Real Monarchs, couldn't do it. Now here they are in the 7th position, down a goal, trying to move on to play Reno on Saturday in Nevada. McCrary still down, a whistle and a talking to, maybe a warning from Elton Garcia to Sandoval. He's saying that's enough.
Again, I'm telling you, Sandoval is just a beast to play against, man. He's that type of striker that's that little knock, you know, he's not going to get a card for that, but I tell you what, Jordan McCrary is going to feel that tonight. And that's one of probably a dozen that each of these back 4 players are going to feel probably from Sandoval alone. Reminds me of Josh Leonard, for those of you familiar with the old Earthquakes player. Just a little knee right in the calf.
This is playoff soccer, right? And it's going to be like this for the rest of the evening. How can Sacramento a little hurt on United here? Deco will find Barona. Quick touch up to Bijev. Bijev with a nice step. He'll be out of play. A goal kick. Interesting when we talk about New Mexico, Kevin. You know, 6-1-7 when the Republic first went down to Albuquerque. And after that 3-0 victory by Sacramento, the club was, United were scoring 2 goals a game. We're at 25 points after 14 contests. Since that time, it really started to fall apart for United. Since June 8th, they went 5, 9, and 6 the rest of the way, just 21 points, 24 goals. That's an entire goal less a game, 1.2 from what was 2.2 earlier in the season.
No, it's crazy. We talked about Sacramento this season kind of being Jekyll and Hyde. And more Jekyll and Hyde through the course of one game to the next. But New Mexico was Jekyll and Hyde from, the first half to the second half of the season. Came out absolutely guns blazing. Got the whole city rally behind him. And second half of the season, the magic kind of worn off a little bit. Goals weren't going in the back of the net at nearly the rate that they were before. Didn't really finish the season very strong. Won the one game they needed to win and got enough points in that first run to kind of give them a little bit of buffer zone.
And you look at the roster, with Santi Moore, Devin Sandoval, Chris Wien, and even Kevon Frater's on the bench.
And then you got David Estrada as well. You got guys that are Chris Wien, another guy. These guys, strong, potent offense that just slowed down quite a bit. But new season now, right? It's a new season.
And they have the game's first goal. Likely going as an own goal on Mitchell Tainter, but Devin Sandoval putting a strike on target. Little miscommunication. And for a second game in a row, miscommunication between the back line and the goalkeeper Bobby Shuttleworth has resulted in a goal. As Barona is just run over by David Estrada.
Keep the pace of the game going if you're Sacramento. New Mexico, if I'm them, I'm wanting to slow things down, get Sacramento out of their rhythm. Sacramento's got to figure out a way to keep the pace of this game up.
Bijev looking to shield against Padilla. Cannot keep it in play. Will be another throw for United. A registration open for Republic FC School Break Clinic on November 11th. Experience the fun and professional environment of top-notch soccer while learning individual skills and techniques. SacRepublicFC.com.
Sandoval again, man. If you're Tainer or Deckel, you can't get roped into his style of play. He wants to battle you, wants to go shoulder to shoulder. Got to figure out a way to kind of outsmart him. And
I like this swarming pressure from Sacramento. Sam looking for Eli. And he tried to just play it up over the top. Cam Mawasa going for goal. It's what he's there for. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento, their second of the evening.
Great turn right there from Cam. Decent strike deflection out for a corner kick. Take a look at this turn, by the way. Good step by Barahona. Good ball in Indy Voltson. Bit of luck for Cam.
Back post, and it'll sail away, and Indy Voltson has to keep it in. He attempted to. Sacramento a year ago, finishing in second place. Hosted a first round match here at Papa Murphy's Park. It was not successful. And it's been a bit troublesome for Sacramento, Kevin. We obviously know about 2014 and the USL Championship there, but calling it home to LA Galaxy 2, Orange County, that was when they were the first seed, and of course then last year to Swope Park in the opening game of the postseason. And it's hard to point to any one thing. We've had different coaches, different players. Really, I think that's remained the same as the field and the fans.
Yeah, not your best, ratios, percentages for wins in the playoffs over the last few years. But you're right. There's been a few different coaches between the Preki days and today.
And the one victory since the 2014 championship was in Salt Lake City against the Real Monarchs as the 8th seed and go on to win.
On the road.
On the road.
That was the year that Salt Lake, the Monarchs, were really, really good. Ran away with in the Western Conference.
They had locked it up, I think, a month before. And then Sacramento came to penalties and ends up with a victory. They would fall to Swill Park in the next round. Giving chase, Suggs.
It's well defended by Suggs.
Goal kick for United. As a player, are those type of things in the back of your mind? And most of these guys haven't been here, but you do have a Cam Owasso who's been around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they're going to be giving that too much weight as they're prepping for these games.
Decent job by Declan Cannon to get out of play. Sati Moore, Bethlehem Steel last 2 seasons. 6 goals each of the years. Best year as professional again with the United this year with 11 goals and 5 assists. And quite a dynamic player on that left side. He was the USL Championship Player of the Month for the month of March. Skundrich. Aliman back to Skundrich.
Drew, get your head up.
Guzman. Holding midfielder does a lot of the dirty work for this United squad.
Skundrich is a bit slow to get up here. He's all right. There's that pressure coming right over his shoulder. Like to see him just get a little peek over his left shoulder.
He's hobbling just a little bit. Suggs maybe in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Eni Voltson to apply pressure. The release to Moore. Moore flying down this left flank. Someone needs to cut him off. Selling out. Villarreal is what he's in the game for. Well done by the former Galaxy 2-star. McCrary puts Hamilton down on the deck. Now tries to weed it through. Hamilton got crossed up, and the crowd loved it. Back to Hamilton. Villarreal again.
What he's in there to do.
Well, and last week maybe watching a little bit of tape, how easy was it for the Real Monarchs in that second half to get in deep into that final third? That point of attack was not very good for Sacramento.
Jordan showing some good little cut. Sam Hamilton losing his footing.
Juan Guzman, the 31-year-old Colombian, to take the free kick. Wien. To Suggs, the left back. Taken away by McCrary. Jaime Villarreal looking really good in this first 30-plus minutes.
Smart play between the two guys, Jordan McCrary and Jaime Villarreal. Good communication.
All right, back in the 33rd minute now. Sacramento continuing to put pressure on this United side. They got one early, though. But as we see here, Todd, the momentum has completely shifted, and United almost seems to be fighting for their lives in this moment. And every mistake they make seems to be almost a goal opportunity for Sacramento.
It is, and again, you can see us just like a pack of hungry dogs to win the ball back. Kevin, you know, doing what he did all half, and you know what vision to make the pass here to Thomas. He's looking for another streaking run from Cameron. It doesn't quite come through, but we get a corner out of it. And again, we're just all over him. The field, you know, we're playing downhill, and you could sense that good things were happening. And again, got to be patient, got to see it, but just the strength of Kevin, the skill to be able to get out of this, and then to just to find this pass with Thomas. It's really high level stuff.
Eni Voltson, another midway acquisition for this Republic side, along with Shuttleworth, and Sacramento nearly another chance. Another really decent serve ball. I thought these set pieces in this match were one of the better performances we've seen from Sacramento, from especially the midfielders serving balls in. didn't get one on the set piece necessarily, but here you go, another opportunity. This one goes through Skundrich's legs, but Tainer had a chance, and I think that's what coaching staff you're probably asking for in that moment. So we'll get back. We're going to come to you at the end of this first half where Sacramento starts to make it very interesting.
And you got a free ball on the 6-yard box. Takes a little short swing, just a little momentary lapse of concentration again.
But how about Barona serving that ball in, Kevin? It was a risk willing to take, and Cam showing his athleticism, getting up there.
Yeah, it shows athleticism and also his creativity there. Just nods it down right in the path of Drew Skundrich. And then not really Drew Skundrich's strong suit, in my opinion, is finishing. But still, got to make contact with the ball. Test that goalkeeper, try to get lucky. Good things happen when you put the ball on target, Rob.
Well, and we've talked about finding target all season long. And when you look at the numbers, Kevin, it's dismal for the Republic. Just 40% of balls shot that are not saved find target. Just 40%. That's the second worst in all the USL Championship. Here's Voltson. Can he break it through? Oh, it's off the bar. Unbelievable. Republic fans can't believe it.
That looked odd from Voltson. A great first touch. I'm not sure. They got someone down. Looks like Bijev on that far side again. Not even sure how Voltson ends up striking this ball. What decision is inside of the foot? Looks like he almost hits it with the bottom of his boot. And a good save by Cody Mizell off the post.
Couple of threats from Republic and nothing to show for it. Still United with a 1-0 lead.
Take a look at this. This is a caution given to Chris Wien. Great touch right here. Just an odd strike. Looks like the out with his left foot here. Great first touch, by the way. Love this first touch. Just doesn't get enough on it. Voltson.
McCrary has room.
Just really unlucky for Sacramento again. Good job by Voltson. I love that first touch. Not his best strike, but puts it on target.
Kevin, if you didn't look at the score right now, you'd pretty make a strong case. Sacramento has been the better team.
100% they've been the better team.
But the way things fell in that first minute, it's the visitors with the advantage. Can Sacramento make one of these chances turns to goal? Wien, good piece of footwork to Sandoval, trying to connect with Moore on that left side. Deckel is there. Cam is all the way back.
Careful dribbling yourself into pressure. Love that ball.
Voltson, he wants it back. Aliman. Aliman again. Little give and go. Here's a chance for Villarreal. Back to Aliman. Squirts through. Easy save for Cody Mizell.
A lot of good things happening for Sacramento. They just got to stay confident, Rob. Stay confident. Keep doing what you're doing. Great little combination play between Villarreal and Kevin Aliman. Kevin Aliman's looked absolutely fantastic this first 35 minutes so far. But keep doing what you're doing. Taking a look at this. Great little combination play. Linking up. Little 1-2 touch. 1-2. Just a little bit too little too late on the strike.
In stride, Bijev. Behind Voltson.
All good. Keep going. Just stay confident. Odd foul. Stay confident here. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged and be patient.
Justin Schmidt, the former Republic stand-up, former Real Monarch as well, joined this club in the center back position for Troy Lessane's side. And he committed the foul in the box that set up a penalty kick for Cameron Iwasa down at Isotopes Park. And that was the first goal of 3, and Iwasa with a brace that night in early June. And a foul is called on Kevin Aliman. A little bit of a high boot to the gut of Sandoval. No caution being shown.
Just enough of a push there, enough of the touch by Sandoval.
Sandoval, Moore. Out of play, goal kick for Bobby Shuttleworth. 1.42 goals against on the year, a 5-5-2 record. 17 goals allowed. And Shuttleworth on loan officially from Minnesota United, who exited in the first round of the playoffs against the LA Galaxy at home. Starting to slow down. That's going to favor New Mexico, Kevin. How does Republic ratchet up the pace again?
There's going to be moments in the game where there's going to, New Mexico's going to grab the ball for a couple minutes, but still just keep the pace going. When you have the ball, you have the ability to keep things moving quickly, take advantage of opportunities. Don't let New Mexico control the ball long. Don't let them, dictate the pace of the game. Just keep dictating as best you can.
In. Santi Moore has left back Suggs. Suggs looking for some help. Now he's left alone. McCrary, a little bit of a mistake, and it's Sam Hamilton who now applies the pressure after the miss. Bijeb.
Great touch.
Turning upfield, Eni Voltsen.
Good ball.
Justin,
get it going. Now's where you keep the pace up.
A lot of quick touches from Sacramento. It's proven to give them a couple of chances. Can they convert one of these? Here's Jaime V, or excuse me, that's Kevin Aliman.
I don't mind that. I think Skundrich might have threw him off a little bit. But why not? I think he's had such a good half, Kevin Aliman, so far. Have a go.
Kevin Aliman, 3 assists on the year, injured for most of 2018. And we've heard a lot about what he can do, and I think really this last month and now into this evening, we're finally seeing the potential and skill level of Kevin Aliman. That's been on display tonight. Republic will need him if they want to move on to Reno on Saturday.
So you can't battle Sandoval. He needs to get up. He's okay. You can't battle Sandoval strength for strength. You're going to lose that battle every time. Deckel, specifically Deckel and Mitchell Tanner, they got to figure out a way. And this is what I mentioned earlier. You got to be smarter than him. Don't battle him shoulder to shoulder on every ball. You got to take a step off of him. And as that ball's coming in, you got to use your momentum to get up higher and get above him before he's able to get up. So that's a jumping first. So don't get body to body with him here. Stay off of him. And as that ball's coming, use your momentum, because he's standing still. If you have your momentum, you're going to be able to get a little bit higher of a jump.
And talking a little bit of a knock as Declan King will step over it. The road to the 2019 USL Championship finale continues Saturday, October 26th, with a full slate of conference quarterfinal games beginning at 3 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. Of course, you can find the entire schedule on USLChampionship.com, and the playoff action will be on ESPN+. Justin Schmidt, left-footed delivery. Chance for Sacramento. Barona. Bijeb. Turning upfield. A little bit of trouble. Finding Barona just along that touch line. Maybe too many touches there, not enough help. And the whistle comes in. As now David Estrada is on the turf. Garcia maybe going to his pocket here. And there is a yellow card handed out to Thomasini Volson and Manny Padilla. So for Padilla, being the right back, he's got to be a bit careful, and he's still fired up. And now Estrada's a bit annoyed at Volson.
Number 23 from the Sacramento Republic FC, Thomasini Volson.
Probably some talking off the ball.
Yellow card was also issued to number 24 from New Mexico United.
Touching right there. Bit soft.
Maybe Elton Garcia wants to get a hold of this match.
Tell you what, though, you know, New Mexico's already trying to milk the clock, and we're 45 minutes into this game. And they've been doing it for probably the last 10 minutes, Rob. It's going to lead to a very, very long second half for New Mexico, where they're just going to be absolutely ground upon by Sacramento if they continue at this pace. If they do so, there's no way, in my opinion, that New Mexico can last 45 minutes with sitting on their heels.
These 3 extra minutes of
back to
stoppage time
McCrary.
brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra
So
Rewards
3 minutes of
program.
stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop Rayleigh's.com. 3 more minutes for Sacramento to even this up before they head to the locker room.
Good step by Barahona. Make it difficult.
There's a deep throw.
Yeah, win the ball back. There you go.
Barahona has been good in his return after a 2-game absence.
There you go. Move the ball.
Turnover by Bijev. Leads it to Guzman, and now United just trying to hold on to possession here for the final couple minutes.
No foul. It's going down way too soft. No way.
He just tripped over his own feet. I don't even know if Bijev got him.
Yeah, Bijev's probably put himself in the wrong position. See, that's the situation right there. Let him go backwards. Go backwards all day. Encourage him to do so. Don't foul.
Sacramento, the 7th seed, New Mexico, the 10th seed, the play-in round here at Papa Murphy's Park. Cody Mizell had a busy first half. It's been quiet for the last 5.
In stoppage time we come as the Republic still clawing their way, trying to find an opportunity to get one into the back of the net. 3 minutes here before they would head to the locker room, and it would all start on yet another mistake by United and Jaime Villarreal setting this up perfectly.
6 behind the ball every single time.
Through the middle of traffic, Volson playing it up top. Here's a chance for Sacramento, crashing to Skundrich. Here's a follow-up, and we are tied at Papa Murphy's Park in the 47th minute. It's been the star of the first half. Kevin Aliman to put it away, and it's 1-1.
Finally, Todd, finally! We got the goal, 1-1. Man, the monkey, throw it off. Needed that.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. That was a huge goal. What a time to score a goal right before the half. I mean, it was a reward for sort of everything that he did for the first half, but our pressure, again, Jaime putting in great balls, beating defenders, Thomas playing balls back, Drew crashing, can't put it across. We got multiple players in the box. They can't handle it, and Kevin Aliman with probably the first goal in his career on his right foot, but we'll take it.
It was absolutely spectacular, and the relentless pursuit paid off for Sacramento. So we're going to get to the halftime of this, and then we'll see a full second half of action as well. And Todd, you're going to stick around for the second half as well, as I imagine. So everyone, enjoy the rest of the match here and enjoy the second half, which is coming up in just a little bit. It's all tied at 1. The Republic finally able to break through.
And there is the whistle way to end this half for Sacramento. Kevin Aliman, his first goal this season, and Sacramento is all pumped up here at Papa Murphy's Park. A goal in the first minute, a goal in the final minute of the half. It's going to be a good one here the rest of the way. Halftime stats, highlights, and much, much more coming up after the break. We should have a great 45 minutes on the way. Don't go anywhere. Papa Murphy's Park, New Mexico United Sacramento Republic play-in round here in Sacramento, California. First half highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. We got the whistle right off the bat, trying to get the feel of the game. Well, New Mexico took it right to Sacramento from the opening kick, and Santi Moore made this team play, set it up for Devin Sandoval, and Sandoval hustle, effort, right place, right time, and not great defending, leaves them open, and they end up giving them the goal.
Yeah, I mean, tragedy struck in the first 15 seconds of this match. Santi Moore does a great job finding Sandoval. Sandoval just outworks Kevin Aliman right here. Not the best strikes, obviously. Just an absolute howler of a mistake. Worst time to do that for Mitchell Tainer. I mean, comedy there, as I said earlier, and that's exactly what it is. But I tell you what, tragedy did strike, and these guys absolutely put their right faces on. And credit to them. And you can look right here. This is a great save by Shuttleworth off of David Estrada, and a great job by Mitchell Tainer. Probably doing a little bit too much with the upper body, meaning his arms on this, but still, great save, great job by Estrada getting up. Good header on target. Sacramento kept going.
Two best looks for New Mexico all night, and here was a great save by Cody Mizell's Cameron Iwasa, but Sacramento, the pressure kept coming and coming, and there was plenty of chances, Kevin, as things go. And look for another chance, this one for Iwasa again.
Eddie Bolton, great little touch right here. Awkward finish off the post. Decent save, decent enough touch by Mizell. And then here you go. Love this little turn here. Love the flick. Watch the run by Skundrich. Takes everyone with him and then does just enough. Kevin Aliman does here with the finish with the right foot, the weaker foot, and actually a decent effort there by Cody Mizell to keep that out of the back of the net, but too little too late. Sacramento at the dying moments of that second half, after absolutely peppering, look at that, 13 shots to 3, 6 of them on target to 2 for New Mexico. Took that first half after the tragedy mistake in the first 15 seconds and slowed things down and absolutely took the game to New Mexico. And I tell you what, New Mexico's gonna have to figure something out here because it's gonna be a long 45 minutes if they're gonna be sitting on their heels in the second half.
And first half stats brought to you by Lash Elk Grove Subaru. And we do have one substitution as Salil Muhammad out of Richmond, California, just down the road here in Northern California, replaces Sam Hamilton at the break. Still on the bench for New Mexico, Kevon Frater.
Yeah, interesting substitution, bringing Muhammad in before Kevon Frater. But I tell you what, interesting half. Sam Hamilton, I don't really think did too much. And need a little bit of injection, maybe some energy. New Mexico does here in the second half.
Republic will start and they'll head to the north end of the field. All that's still interesting is most teams come in here and they don't allow the Republic to finish games toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. That's exactly what we have here this evening. Will it work out in the Republic's favor? We'll have to find out. We are tied at 1. Devin Sandoval, the opening goal in the first minute. In the final minute of the first half, it was Kevin Aliman, his first goal of the 2019 campaign. It comes at the most opportune time. And so both sides here will try to figure things out. And one will break through and move on to the next round, the quarterfinals. If you're New Mexico, Kevin, what is your game plan here?
Well, you're definitely not doing what you did in that first half by sitting back. They got that goal early, and I think immediately, you know, you mentioned earlier too, I think New Mexico typically does like to play that counterattack style soccer. So they typically do sit back, but they had 6 and 7 guys behind the ball every single time Sacramento tried to break. So point being, is if New Mexico wants to change things, they cannot sit on their heels and let Sacramento take the game to them. They got to figure out a way to get possession of the ball and play some attacking style soccer to move the ball into that final third and put pressure on Sacramento. Because Sacramento in that first half was just, they controlled the tempo of the game, they controlled the ball, and they had some great ball movement. There wasn't enough pressure on Sacramento, allowing them to pick some passes and kind of dice New Mexico up a few times. And that's 2 or 3 really quality opportunities.
So for Republic, do what you're doing?
I don't change anything. Keep doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It certainly wasn't broken that first half, minus that one mistake. Costly mistake, that is.
And that was really a hustle mistake if you look at it. The way
there's the hustle. I think Aliman's got to do a better job of tracking Sandoval.
Maybe just not
Mitchell
marking.
Tainer. Yeah, Mitchell Tainer. Obviously, I mean, just a very uncharacteristic.
But look at this from BJ looking to find Iwasa colliding with Mizell. And it will be a goal kick for Cody Mizell, who took one to the shoulder.
Hey, get off the tracks when the train's coming through. That's Cam Iwasa.
I'll tell you what, Cam is strong. He's athletic. He was a baseball player, and
He's stocky.
he's stocky.
Fit guy, low center of gravity, and he's not slowing down on this. I like the effort from Cam. Really not that far off, and Mizell kind of even takes the ball into his path.
You almost let that go if you're Mizell.
Oh man, it's not a very smart play by Mizell. I'll tell you that much.
He's not a youngster, 27 years of age, an All-American in college. And he's a Charlotte goalkeeper, full-time starter. And then Troy Lassane got the job in New Mexico, brought him here with the United. And now they're on the road as the number 10 seed taking on the 7 seed Republic. 1-1. Bijeb battling. Manny Padilla already has a yellow card. He's got to be careful. And a collision in the midfield, gets back up McCrary, just outside the 18. With a left foot, cross for Bijeb, just sailed over his head. And it will be another goal kick. As you can probably hear Ben Gumpert in the background, who never comes up and visit us here, but I guess after Monday, he decided to make the trek all the way up to the press box here. So we appreciate, good seeing you, Ben. Absolutely incredible day on Monday. A lot of fun, downtown Sacramento. Sacramento, the 29th MLS expansion franchise. And I'd like to give a great shout out to all those involved. Of course, the new lead investors in Ron Burkle and Matt Alvarez, who have taken this team. Here's a little bit nasty play from Sacramento's Chris Wien applying pressure. And Eni Voltson will look to slow things down, but New Mexico swarming already. This is out of play, but Kevin Nagel, obviously Ben Gumpert, the Chief Operating Officer and President of Republic. So many people doing great work, and what an event it was on Monday, Kevin.
Yeah, and really I think it's kind of a bit of a shot in the arm for the players here too, for that event on Monday to come out and know, what the future holds for Sacramento and for this club. So everything that surrounded the event Monday, I mean, I think that there should be a little bit of bonus here for Sacramento, a little bit more on the line to play for, especially tonight. A little more energy, a little more excitement, hopefully, with these guys. And really, I think minus that first 15 seconds, first half's been fantastic.
I agree with you. I'll tell you what, I lost my voice Monday evening. It was a little rough yesterday, but a couple cough drops. Get ready for today.
I'll tell you what was rough was Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Bit foggy.
Bit foggy. To the corner of Aliman, who has the lone goal for Sacramento. Ball whipped in. Here's a chance for Eni Voltson, and it's just off the head. But here's Cameron Iwasa now, keeping it alive for Sacramento. Aliman looking to find a little bit of a sliver of space. New Mexico in trouble. Good energy right now for Republic. They move the ball quickly. They're combining well. They seem to be on the same page. McCrary now moving forward into the attack. A little flick on, and it just sailed wide. Good attempt from Drew Skundrich. And we may have a deflection off of Justin Schmidt. And will this be a corner kick or a throw?
All in a corner kick here. So it looks like it probably did come off of Justin Schmidt. That's just good pressure and good run by, once again, Drew Skundrich.
I don't know if that came off of
bang, bang play.
Yeah, that's quick. Well, Sacramento will take it. Corner kicks brought to you by Smile Generation. 50 minutes in, we are tied at 1. Playing round here. The USL Championship playoffs beginning. 3 teams in the playing round already moving on. Will Sacramento be the 4th? Aliman keeps it on the ground. This could be a dangerous mistake.
Leave it.
Leads it for Barona. Ball popped up. Here's a chance. Put away. Bouncing around. Good defending by New Mexico. Mizell was right there. Ball whipped in again. Sacramento's relentless pressure coming. Can they get one to break through? Iwasa into the corner. Takes a deflection, and we'll see another corner kick for Sacramento.
Again, Sacramento's come out in the second half with no changes, and they're continuing to put the pressure on New Mexico. Exactly what you want to see, considering where they came in and finished that first half.
You've seen Aliman drive a couple of these corners already. Deep back post. What would you like from him here?
Just whip it hard. Find that near post run. Clear the first man. Clear David Estrada.
Andy Volson lined up outside the 18. Tainer and Kanan dangling in, and some bodies falling down in the box. Barona right back at it.
Not the best ball from Jaime.
Not sure exactly where Villarreal was trying to go. Skundrich and Tainter were both there. And it'll be sent all the way back to Bobby Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth, 185 MLS appearances with New England. And of course, Minnesota as of late. It was picked up after Josh Cohen left for Israel. Bijev had a little bit of trouble with it. Ball bouncing around for both.
Talk. Got to communicate, guys.
Now David Estrada, the former Republic midfielder. David Estrada, one of the top prospects out of California when he was in high school, led the state in scoring. Ended up playing for the Sounders a couple of seasons, first round draft choice, went to UCLA. Quite a story out of the Central Valley. Ball kept along the touchline. Subs now into the attacking third. Sacramento's got a big back. Start to pick up a man. It's Barona. Good defending. A lot of opportunities there. Being held. McCrary going to play the advantage. Asante Moore does not come with. Ini Volson. He's got Bijev to his left. One more look over his shoulder, and Ini Volson upset with himself. He knew.
All right, here we are now in the second half of action. Todd Dunivant, nice enough to join us here on this Republic replay between New Mexico and Sacramento. Got a Kevin Aliman goal just before the first half. And here in the second half, though, we really haven't seen a great scoring opportunity until about now. What did you see from this Republic side that gave you a lot of hope that they were still doing what we saw for 44 minutes in that first play?
Yeah, the game's going to go in different ebbs and flows, and you want to be a difficult team to break down. And you can see here we're putting good pressure. Jaime's making people feel uncomfortable. Drew is backing him up. They have nowhere to go, and they can keep the ball all day long in this part of the field as far as we're concerned. But it's not going to last because little moments like that, Drew wins it, and now Cam's off to the races.
I almost wanted Cam to get a strike there, but not bad. Again, Kevin Aliman almost sneaking it in for the second goal of the evening. He was fantastic. He was right where he needed to be and put a good lace on it, just couldn't sneak under the bar.
Yeah, the ball's on his favorite left foot. Nice movement from Cam, shakes his defender, leaves the ball. That's exactly the moment you want Kevin to have the ball on his left foot, puts it right on frame, and it goes over the bar, but it's a great effort, and that's the kind of thing you want. So that was, our second woodwork of the day, and but you can feel the right momentum, going our way.
All right, we'll continue on as hope you're enjoying this broadcast, the Republic replay between Sacramento and New Mexico United in the 7-10 matchup and the playing around back in 2019, just a few months ago. So we'll be back in just a few moments.
We'll go to his 25-year-old Jamaican national. There'll be Kevon Frater, who has 14 goals, 5 assists on the year, a big part of their offense as Bijev goes down in the midfield. Mohammed able to control it. Too heavy for Estrada.
there's chances here for Sacramento, in my opinion. Juan Pablo Guzman and as well as Salim Mohammed put pressure on those two guys. And Drew Skundrich is doing a great job. I think they're a bit vulnerable.
The battle of the midfield, it's been Jaime and Drew with the advantage in this first 56 minutes of this match.
I agree with you. I think it's a big advantage too. That's really where the pressure is starting, and balls are being won, and second balls are being won, and possessions retained.
When you have Villarreal and Skundrich able to own the midfield, does that allow more pressure for Eni Voltson and Iwasa up top?
I wouldn't say it allows more pressure. I think it allows them to get the ball in decent, dangerous positions more often. And when you get guys like Eni Voltson and Iwasa in that gap between that black four and that holding midfielder, it's exactly where you want them to be in such a dangerous position. It's so difficult to defend because there's typically space between that back four and those players where they're able to take a turn and run at defenses.
What does this mean for New Mexico with David Estrada now out and Kevon Frater in?
I mean, with Kevon Frater coming in, obviously a guy can score goals. So clearly, that back five, including Jaime Villarreal, has got to take into consideration where Kevon Frater is going to be settling in here off that substitution.
Bijev. So 2 substitutions for Troy Lesane. A direct ball coming from Barahona. Cameron Iwasa making that run toward goal. Mohamed Barahona wins that second ball. Bijev trying to find Eni Voltson, able to get the ball back. Has a couple of options, tries to weave it through. Stepping up is Jaime. Villarreal goes down. Republic won't get the call they're seeking, and Republic will continue to swarm. We've seen this for nearly an hour in this match. Can New Mexico keep it up? I mean, this is a relentless pressure we've seen from the midfield all the way up top. And now Troy Lesane will hope number 10, Kevon Frater, will be a guy to help relieve a bit of that. But really 2 good looks for United. They all came in the first 4 minutes of play. Guzman to the left side. Back to Santi Moore. Wien.
Great step again.
Bijev has Muhammad on the outside of the toe, but continues to step in a hard challenge. No whistle coming from Elton Garcia.
Not the best decision, in my opinion, there from Bijev with the outside of the right foot. He does a good job to continue that run and try to win the ball back quickly. And this is where it's dangerous. This gap right here for Kevon Frater.
Leaves it for Padilla. Padilla whipping this ball in to the head of Tainter.
Step. Villarreal once again.
And there's
just a bit lazy by Bijev, in my opinion.
in the middle for Guzman. Played Louisville City, OKC Energy. Limited minutes in both of those stops for the Colombian. He's been the mainstay in this midfield for United. So with Kevon Frater now in, it allows a little bit more of an opportunity for trapping and pressure from United. As he goes underneath, Wayne stays there. Monty Moore dropping. And Sacramento may be making a substitution of their own. This game is tied. Sandoval with the game's first goal in the first 10 seconds of play. And in the final minute of the first half, it was Kevin Aliman. Moving forward, Santi Moore. Kevon Frater, who just checked in, tries to play it a tad forward, battling with Deckel Kanan. And now a late shove coming from Kevon Frater was missed by Elton Garcia, but gonna let it go. So it'll be over for Vilen Bijev. Put in a pretty good shift, and now they're gonna add some energy off the bench. And Sam Warner, who had a fantastic second season as a professional. 6 goals, 4 assists for the Republic. And he's the guy that knows one speed, Kevin, and that is he goes hard, he goes fast, he's got skills with left and right feet. Do you like the substitution from Simon Elliott?
I do. I think good shift by Bijev, but really this could be a career-defining moment, in my opinion, for a guy like Sam Warner. He's been had such a good job so far this season for Sacramento. Scored some big goals, some big assists, but what bigger moment now? You got 30 minutes, go make an impact, son. Go have some fun and do what you do best. Go at defenders, make them commit.
Well, this is his type of game, isn't it? Good, keeps a skill from Sandoval. Earning this ball back. Frater lets it through to Muhammad. Ball switch to Moore. Moore dribbling forward, finds Frater. Back to Muhammad. And Suggs. Guzman.
Well done. Again, Skundrich.
You're right, Skundrich set that up. Ball played over the top, looking for space, and Justin Schmidt had to cut it off. Cam brings that down, and Eni Voltson's likely got a look.
God, that's over Cam's other shoulder. He's in. But again, I'm going to go back to, Juan Pablo Guzman and Salim Muhammad. I think they're suspect in that midfield. Once again, Drew Skundrich picking the ball off those guys. Put pressure on both of them. Make them make decisions. And the ball's going to turn over.
Through a ball, Weehan. Good step by Barona.
Clumsy challenge right there. Not called.
He'll take it. Tell you what, Tate has had a bit of trouble holding Cam. See if he can take advantage of it in this last 27. Well done by Cameron Iwasa to draw the foul.
That was smart. Muhammad.
And here comes a booking. And if this is Chris Weehan, that's going to be his second, and that's going to be down to 10 men.
The yellow card has been issued in the 64th minute to number 14 from New Mexico United.
Didn't Weehan earn one earlier? Maybe it was Padilla. A booking was shown earlier in this match. A booking was shown earlier in this match. And it was before Padilla, because Padilla and Eni Voltson got into it. There was a second yellow card earlier in this match. There was one earlier which was shown, not who was attributed to. They're not giving it away. It's Chris Weehan with maybe with his first now. Ball back to Mizell. Either way, we'll try to get that sorted out. Good step.
That's fine.
Jigs.
That's fine.
They got a foul. Simonelli doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah, Deckel, big Deckel's going through both man and ball. That's exactly what your center back to do in that situation. Hey, maybe want to be a little more patient, but still, if you're going to go commit like that, Deckel can go right through the man, go through the ball. Make no mistake about it. Slow things down. Now you get yourself set.
Sandoval and Aliman with tonight's goals. Tate finding Weehan. And Weehan's such an attacking minded player. He has had to send that ball back a lot tonight, Kevin.
That's what you love to see if you're Sacramento. You want those guys as attacking players to be playing the ball backwards more often than not. Here's a head of steam coming at Sacramento, though.
Suggs angling in. Leads for Sandoval.
No foul.
Santi Moore looking to combine with Weehan. Weehan just outside, and there's Kevon Frater. Frater going to chip this one across. Sam Warner is there. Not a follow-up, though. Skundrich had to be careful. Nearly hit his hand. Muhammad.
Step.
Barona defensively, this is probably the best we've seen him in a Republic uniform.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit. Going on international duty, he's coming back looking really sharp. Nice leave.
Voltson turning. Doesn't have numbers, but they may have an opportunity to get one off. Aliman cutting with his left foot, looking for Iwasa. Almost an own goal as this one is sent away.
So dangerous as well. Kevin Aliman all night. He's looked great. And Kete with a great little touch right there. And a good little peeled off run by Cam Iwasa to the back post. And love seeing those guys on the same page connecting. As once again, a good breakout by Sacramento. Not sure if Cam's going to end up getting that ball, but still, good touch.
Warner leaving it down under the foot of of Deckel Kanan. And a trip, and that is going to be a booking.
It's fine. Holding midfielder, doing his job again. There's been a lot of good performances out here tonight, Rob. Jaime's looked fantastic. Barahona's looked really, really strong. Skundrich has looked great, minus that one little attempt on the 6-yard box. Voltson and Cam have looked pretty sharp, and Kevin Aliman's probably put in the best 65 minutes of his career so far in Sacramento tonight.
Voltson and Iwasa, quite a duo, and since Thomas has joined the club on August 17th, 12 appearances, the team is now scoring 1.6 goals per game. 20 goals since he has joined, compared to 32 and 22 appearances prior to Voltson. And more importantly, Kevin, it's another strong look up top other than just Cameron Iwasa. They've been one of the best duos in the Western Conference the last 3 months of the season. And they likely will be called on here for public hope to move on. That's his veteran defending coming from Jordan McCrary. He bumps off the bigger, stronger Devon Frater. Jordan McCrary, previously of Seattle Sounders MLS, made 20 appearances in 2018 and was signed earlier this year. Cam with a good idea, nobody in place. Skundrich again. Aliman moving forward, trip just outside of the 18, and we are going to see yellow.
From behind. I mean, by the rule of the book, doesn't matter if he's getting ball or not, he's from behind. Once again, Kevin Aliman finding that little seam and then just going with speed and pace. Right here, that burst. Juan Guzman with the tackle from behind. Trailing legs too, pretty dangerous little effort from Guzman. He's pleading his case to no avail. And here's a good opportunity for Sacramento in a pretty dangerous position on the pitch.
What do you like?
Kevin Aliman, left-footed. I would love to see a left-footer over this ball, maybe even Sam Warner. But you're far enough away to get it up over the wall and down under the crossbar. Bit of an acute angle over in that corner of the 18-yard box. But look, you got Barahona. Is Barahona over there? He's walking away. But Kevin Aliman, Voltson, as well as Sam Warner over this. Give it to the hot foot right now.
It's Barahona.
Is it Barahona? Oh, you're right. Kevin Aliman's in the penalty, yeah. Woo.
Aliman just north of the spot. Barahona lifts it high, going to go direct and over the crossbar.
We'll love to see Kevin over that ball. Decent effort, like the idea. Execution is just not there. I think from that position, even in the pace of that ball, it's going to take something right in the upper corner to even give Cody Mizell a scare. You got to hit it a little bit harder. But decent idea nonetheless.
Republic continuing to get looks and opportunities, but this game remains tied at 1. Devon Frater sprays it wide, handball. It will be Republic back with the set. Major League Soccer coming to Sacramento. Deposits are now on sale. Place your $50 deposit today. Secure your place in history and save your seat for the Railyards. Fans can increase their MLS priority becoming a USL member today. For more information, MLS2Sac.com. face of Warner. It'll be a throw for United.
Pin him in here, put some pressure. Make it hard for him to get out.
A lot of props to the Tower Bridge Battalion. They came out strong today. That section is completely full of TBB members. They were there at the press conference on Monday, part of the fan rally. This ball's played back from Declan Canaan to Shuttleworth. And they are continuing the excitement on a wonderful week for the city of Sacramento. After a long, hard battle, 5 years plus in the making, Sacramento is headed to MLS in 2022. And it was so great to hear from everybody. Amongst Kevin Nagel, Mayor Steinberg, of course, Matt Alvarez got up on stage and addressed the crowd. And Commissioner Don Garber as well, and the team was up there. Academy players, quite an event on Monday evening along the Capitol Mall. Kevon Frater and Mitchell Tainer is starting to pick up a little bit of battle. It's going to be something to watch between those two. Interesting you watching Sandoval and Kevon Frater. You've seen them flip a little bit, but Frater almost playing a little bit underneath at times.
Kind of withdrawn a little bit, playing that number 10 role.
Take a square ball, dangerous. Schmidt has to play it wide. Quick tap for Suggs. Over the top, Declan Canaan giving chase, and he'll let it run out of play. Sacramento, since September, scoring more goals, have scored 14, or excuse me, have scored 15. However, have allowed 14. So we got a tit tonight, and the average is still there. So it's a bit tighter. Republic able to pick up the scoring pace, but they've allowed teams to get behind them. But overall at home, they've been much better. 31 scored, 18 allowed here at Papa Murphy's Park since the start of the season. Republic clear this one.
Here we are now in the 74th minute. Sacramento and New Mexico going toe-to-toe here. And really this is the moment you started to see New Mexico with a little bit of burst of light, an opportunity. We hadn't really seen it since the first minute of play. Is just a kind of an ebb and flow of a game like this, or, you know, was it just a perfect time for a guy like Kevon Frater, who's got incredible speed, to finally make something happen?
Yeah, he's a difference maker, and you see the two players there on the ball for them, Moore and Frater. Those are their difference makers, along with Sandoval. So, you know, he came on as a sub, really lit them up a little bit, you know, and you can see the strength he has there to be able to drive forward, and he ultimately dishes it to Moore, you know, and puts us under pressure. Bobby makes the save.
The broadcast a little bit late to get back, but Cameron Iwasa had a good crack at it as well. So what I think this showed you is that there was life for New Mexico, but for Sacramento, didn't feel that the confidence had waned at all. I think for a coach, it's got to be pretty good that the pressure's still high. They're picking their spots, and that good crack didn't set them back at all.
No, and that's going to happen. Again, you're not going to. It's not just about total domination. It's just not how the sport works there, right? So you got to be able to weather those moments and bend but don't break. And the guys did a good job of that. And your goalkeeper needs to make plays to keep you in the game.
All right, we'll see how both goalkeepers shake out here as we'll continue on, and we'll see Todd and myself in just a few moments.
It was a 2-1 victory last time for United here at Papa Murphy's Park. Wien scored in the first 10 minutes on a pretty spectacular goal, and then a wondrous goal by Daniel Bruce in the 89th minute. But it was also a night for Sam Warner. Had a couple of chances, was able to get one through. Republic had a few breaks at the end, just not go their way. And so it would be United who'd get the 3 points here. And Sacramento trying to bounce back couple of tough weeks. They've shown the energy tonight. They've been the better team.
Tell you what, one thing to think about here, 75 minutes in with easy.
Wien. Frater with a left-footed strike. Great ball, but good defending into the arms of Bobby Shuttleworth.
But the pace and energy has been so high from Sacramento for the majority of this game. You got to think, you know, is there going to be some letdown in pace and energy in the final 15 minutes here? And what sort of substitutions is Simon and his staff thinking of here? Frankly, right now, I don't think it's broke, so don't fix it. Don't try to fix it. I'm trying to think, who would you take out? Who would you bring in?
We have Derek Formella.
I think he's still got the strongest lineup out there, the best players out there. You know, attacking-wise, you got the players that they're on the pitch.
Barona, maybe a little bit too heavy.
Just a little bit too lazy right now. A little bit lethargic. Good stuff, Cam.
Good ball through. Warner cutting it back in, colliding with Padilla. Ball played, run from Muhammad, from Sandoval. Along the touchline, stays in place, Gundert to mark. Help from Barona, back to Sandoval, to Padilla. Guzman finding Sandoval. Republic need to pick up some marks. Kevon Frater playing it through. Wien able to keep it. Padilla looked to serve this one back up to Wien again. Stays on side, playing it forward. Kevon Frater. Bit of a misstep. Guzman one more time to the left side. Suggs will give it a ride and out of play.
Sacramento's bailed out right there. Last couple of minutes, there's been a shift in momentum, in my opinion. I think New Mexico's finally kind of controlling the ball a little bit better. Pressure's not there from Sacramento. Like, kind of slow right now, walking out. Some guys holding their knees, pulling their socks up.
You got a lot of activity along the Republic bench.
You need to dig deep right now. Final 10, 15 minutes of this match. Dig deep. What else you got left inside you? This is what you've been working all season for. Got to find a way to pull out some energy for the next 15 minutes.
United only have one more substitution after bringing Muhammad and Frater in. Republic have two as Warner replaced Bija. Second ball starting to go United's way.
I think they got a little bit more pep in their step.
Prairie. Ollimont had heck of a night.
Good job by Sacramento.
All right, we're about 80 minutes into this match here in Sacramento. The better team so far. You heard Goldie and I talk about it. Pressure was good. The shape was great. There was opportunities to be had. New Mexico had a couple of good looks. But for Sacramento, you felt it was right there, and we'd finally get to see it.
With room. Got Cam. Starting to collapse on him. A couple of white jerseys. McCrary. McCrary's going to give it a go.
Jordan McCrary trying to give it a go. And Todd, before we get to this moment of the match that we're all waiting for, what did you see from your guys? I mean, they're tired. They've been putting a lot of effort, but it felt like they were right on those front studs.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, you're starting to look up at the scoreboard and the clock, and you're starting to think, all right, this might go longer. You're trying to stay with it. You know, there's 10 to 15 minutes left, depending on extra time or, you know, added time. And so, you're really just wanting to make sure you're not making mistakes. You're not giving them any obvious chances. But when you have an opportunity, you try and take it. And again, you need to make plays on both ends of the field. You're seeing our guys do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened here. Is they stopped the possession. Moving forward was New Mexico. Felt like they were going to be in the driver's seat here, and then things didn't get any better. Sam Warner now into the game at this point in time. adding a bit of a boost to this squad.
Too easy right now.
And trying to keep possession, as you almost felt at this point, United were happy to potentially go into extra time, but gotta love this right here.
I mean, a great win from Kevin Aleman again, just doing the extra dirty work to win possession, and it leads to this.
Chip it up over the top. This ball is for Indomitable. Indomitable with a thunderous strike. Are you kidding? An unbelievable strike.
Oh my God.
From Thomas Indomitable.
I mean, Todd, that may just be one of the best goals skill-wise we've ever seen in Republic history. Half the crowd admitted the game didn't even realize the ball had gone in. It was that incredible of a strike and just a beautifully weighted ball from the midfield. But what a moment. What an absolute exciting moment to finally break through and in that fashion.
I mean, it was an eruption. I mean, it was so loud, so exciting. I mean, the ball here from Sam, it travels 50 yards, and to run on a full volley from that angle. I mean, he's so far outside the box, and look where he puts it. The only place he can put it, hard and low, and it goes right through the legs. That is a golazo from Thomas Indomitable, and something that I think will go down as one of the greatest goals of all time.
And just defeated. You can see Frater and others just feeling like, oh, come on. They had battled so well, and they had fought off every attack from the Republic, and really the most difficult strike on the afternoon really is the one that gets through. So what a fun moment, and what a way to see that ball finally sneak through in the back of the net is, man. You got at the end of the first half, and then you get one late in the game, and there's no true words. This was quite a battle between these two teams.
No, it's a lift like no other. I mean, to have that kind of a goal, that just energizes you. And so that fatigue I was talking about that you're feeling at this stage in the game, that goes away at this point. You're working on adrenaline now. You are pumping. You are ready to finish this thing off. So yeah, you can see the tactics already. They're starting to push a little more. We're a little bit deeper. You're going to see this thing out, and you're going to do whatever it takes to keep the ball out of the net from our end, and make sure that if you get another chance, you try and take it. But the key at this point is be safe, be smart, and be aggressive in the right moments. Again, almost pick it off there, and Thomas is putting them again under pressure, which you love.
So you have the goal by Aliman the first, and you have the goal here in the second by Indomitable. It's 2-1 at this point, and we'll catch you at the end of the broadcast here and see how it all shakes out.
Great stuff.
This crowd feeling it. One more substitution left for New Mexico. They're going to have to put all their chips in to try to tie this game up in the final moments. Moving forward, Chris Wien. Back heel, Wien again. Cut off by Deckel Kanan. And the former FC Cincinnati center back has played a solid match. Sam Warner. Collapse on him. Frater. Still Frater. Public have some defending to do. Guzman.
We're going to be in for a fun one here for the next 5-10 minutes, Rob.
Out of play, and the crowd loves it here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Kill the game, kill the game, kill the game if you're Sacramento. How smart can you be when these balls come out? Take your time, let the game breathe.
Here is a substitution. Daniel Bruce, 2 goals on the season. One none bigger than what he was able to accomplish here on the road. And a game-winning goal back in July for the United that took down the Republic. He is into this match replacing Juan Pablo Guzman. Kevon Frater with a step. Bruce to his right. Bruce cuts it back in. And it's Skundrich who will put it toward the bench.
You let it breathe a little bit.
That's the third and final substitution for New Mexico. Crowd wanted a foul, won't get it. Republic may be adding to this back line to try to kill this game. Ball served into Kevon Frater, takes a deflection, and it's saved by Bobby Shuttleworth. Daniel Bruce got ahead on it.
Yeah, Daniel Bruce coming in, making an impact already. Nervy moments.
Now the Englishman has come in pretty big opportunities for this United team and nearly able to get one on frame, and Bobby Shuttleworth to make the stop.
Good defensive effort from Barahona there too, making it difficult for Sandoval.
And Aliman and Iwasa not on the same page. And we may see a substitution from Sacramento at the next opportune time. Harris Hansopoulos. Suggs. Sick. And just in the corner for Suggs to try to keep it in play. Good battle. It's been Kevin Aliman who has been spectacular. Got the first goal for the Republic. Keeps it in play to Andy Voltson, who will play it out. And now the substitution will come in as Elton Garcia. And it blows his whistle, so it's Hansopoulos. Greek born but raised in Germany, made his way to Sacramento during the off season from Finland, and now he comes in.
Get another look at this. Well, imagine how that ball felt coming off his foot, man. What a strike.
Well, now it will be taken out. So Thomas Inivoltson getting a standing ovation from this crowd as Harris Hansopoulos into this match to add a bit of defensive effort. Meanwhile, there is a Republic player on the turf. And it appears to be Kevin Aliman.
It looks like he's cramping up a little bit, got some calf issues.
And they do
stretch
have
out.
One more substitution.
Interesting decision here, though. So obviously you're taking Indy Volton out, taking that attacking player in for a defensive player. And with the height and ability of Hansopoulos, it's got to be, you know, in thought as a defensive move for his aerial ability, where balls are most likely going to start to just be lumped in the box by New Mexico for the final 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever the extra time is going to be. And Hansopoulos, come in there, know your job, know your responsibilities. This is when you start making substitutions late in the game like this. All of a sudden, the set pieces, who's responsible for whom becomes an issue. So hopefully Harris has an idea right now, had a good talking to from Simon and his staff, Mr. Zemer, on whose responsibilities are whose. And it looks like he's even talking right now to Sam Warner just to clear things up a little bit formation-wise, and also make sure that these guys know who's marking whom.
Well, as you see, it might be near 4 in the back. There should be 5 in the back.
Yeah, that's where you got to breathe too.
Ball whipped in. Out left. Into the 18. Trying to find an angle. Santi Moore. Deckel Kanan.
Well done. See how Cam can do here.
Cam being held. Stays on his feet. And he's pushed down as he's in stride by Justin Schmidt. And might be Elton Garcia going to the pocket and does. And Elton will give Justin Schmidt a yellow card.
And that's a big play by your captain right there. You know, we're in the 90th minute of this game. Cam gets the ball. He's got 3 or 4 New Mexico defenders behind or around him, surrounding. Does a great job, able to snake through, draws the foul, kills 30 to 45 seconds off the clock, move the ball up the field. Great job by Cam Iwasa.
And 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at rayleighs.com. So ball set into that corner. Probably going to pick up a second ball here.
Well done, Jaime. See how well they can move the ball around now.
Bit of desperation. There's less than 4 minutes remain for this New Mexico side.
Yes.
He's able to sneak into the playoffs, and now we'll try to sneak one late. Cam. Just circling around. He may get a good shot on goal. Iwasa.
Pull the trigger, Cam.
May have been looking for Sam Warner. Goal would have put this thing away.
Let it breathe, Hansopoulos.
Thomas Inivoltsen with a wondrous goal to make it 2-1 here for the Republic. An assist from Sam Warner. Aliman got one just before the half ended. The game's first goal was Devin Sandoval in the first 10 seconds of action. Mohammed played for Todd Dunivant with the Deltas. Kevon Frater switching the field, looking for Bruce. Played away by Barona, and a collision, and Sam Warner is going to take one into the chest. Padilla, and now there's some shoving between the two sides, and Barona a bit upset. But I think we might see yellow for both, and if there is yellow for Padilla, that would put the United down to 10 men.
Sam Warner's got to be careful. It's a late foul. And really, I don't think there's any reason for him to go this hard in this position.
That is Warner. There will not be one-handed to Padilla.
Yeah, there's definitely a late kick here by Padilla. A little extracurriculars, if you will, right there. It's unnecessary.
But a set piece for Chris Wien, one of the best in the business. He was on the MVP list with 12 goals, 8 assists in 2017. And in 2018,
set pieces
he was
here.
Quite good and had opportunities with the Earthquakes as well. Big time moment here in this match is Cody Mizell has come up to the 18-yard line as well. Wien delivering this back post will sail a bit wide, and what a break for Sacramento. A missed opportunity for the United, and Bobby Shuttleworth and company will take their time.
Very lucky for Sacramento as Chris Wien's set piece leaves something to be desired. Sac's able to clear their lines.
This crowd into it, standing, waiting to hear that final whistle from Elton Garcia.
All right, we're about the end of the match here as the game will conclude 2-1, Todd. And this was a game where you played better. You finally got the goals that you needed to advance to take on Reno in Nevada. How did this match that was now played on a Wednesday set you up for really a tough place to play in Reno and pick up a road win just a few days later?
Yeah, it can kind of go one of two ways. You can look at it that, certainly you'd rather have the bye if you could choose, but there's a case to be made that you're already had your playoff game, for us coming into that match after this type of a win where you have such an emotional lift. You're already in the playoff mode. There's a case to be made that that's an advantage. So winning this game, you can see the emotions, the excitement, and you don't have a long turnaround. Reno is, if you're going to travel, it's probably not a better place to travel in terms of the distance. It's a quick bus ride. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. You can see Simon there already getting ready for the coronavirus. Didn't want to shake hands. He was sick at the time, but it was great. It was great, and really set us on our way.
Yeah, it was such a magical moment. Just seeing the fans, the Tower Bridge Battalion. It's gut-wrenching to see this. We just miss these matches so much. So we appreciate you, Todd, for doing this Republic replay. And it was a great night, and hopefully we'll see some of these crazy crowds soon. And everyone, thank you for tuning in tonight. Todd, thank you for coming by as well. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob. This is a fun one to relive. Can't wait to get back on the field and see everyone soon.
All right, everyone, stay healthy, stay safe, the best to your family and friends, and go Republic.